and welcome to my incredibly late reaction to Cosmic Girls' Butterfly. I'm not going to even try and make an excuse. K-pop groups have been releasing music left and right, and I've just been on the couch in my PJs, icing my arms because I have tendonitis now. But late is better than never, right? So before you go to the comment sections requesting that we do a first listen to the album, yes, we will be doing a first listen to the album. Sean, the classical composer, breaks down the K host and arranger for this channel, will be doing the first listen with me soon, so thank you for continuing to be patient for our reaction to Pantomime. I am already running that song by, we have this voting panel for songs to appear or not appear on the Classical Musicians React series on this channel, and so I'm already running it by the voters, seeing what they'll say. I got all your tweets. My expectations are very high, but before we get to the first listen, time for Butterfly. I can always trust Cosmic Girls to release incredibly solid tracks, so I always look forward to whenever they come back. Let's go, Butterfly. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's so beautiful! There's so many little sound effects buried, like, behind in the texture. Behind, I mean, as in, like, kind of like in the back of the mix. Now we got the 4 on the floor percussion. I like how the bass... Okay, we'll talk about it later. Nice texture change! Woo! I love that a lot! I talked over something cool too. I'll have to go in for a second listen. And now the bass line. Before it was... There's like breaks between notes, right? And now it's drawn out. Oh, nice! Post-chorus. I like that leading tone. Their music video aesthetics are always so perfect. I'm getting distracted by the visuals. Ooh, some echoing. Oh, it's gone. Oh, this percussion is so good! So many different percussion sounds. And then we add the bass back in. The percussion hits on 2 and 4 in the chorus, and it feels as if the groove has changed, even though it hasn't. It's like brought out even more, so it hits harder. And then this phrase is longer in the pre-chorus. Nice harmonies on the vocal part. Ooh! Oh, that's cool! A clock sound when they show clocks in the music video. Wow! And everything's back in. I'm gonna talk a little about this progression after the song ends. Groups can always be so creative when, I mean, my main, comparing it to Luna's Butterfly and the choreography in this one, they made like butterfly shapes like this, while Luna just like used full body. I think it's... Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, progression. So a very common pop progression is 2-5-1, which in classical music terms we call a predominant, a dominant, and then resolving to the tonic. So what we mean by predominant is kind of it leads somewhere, and then the dominant is like a little bit of a question mark, and then the tonic is home. It feels most comfortable to land on. And so in this song, there's a lot of 2, 5, and then instead of going to 1, it goes 2, 5, and so that's a little unexpected move that I think adds more color to the overall progression in song. Now, the next thing that I really liked about this song was the texture change from verse to pre-chorus to chorus. So let's go back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in the verse, we actually have the same progression as we do in the chorus, except a completely different rhythm, which therefore changes the feel. It like connects the whole song together like glue, but it's a slightly different feel because of the different rhythms. So not only do we have a different rhythm with the bass, but also starting at 40 again, 3, 2, 1. Got the guitar, boom, cha, is the progression, then here, and then we have a different progression in the pre-chorus, and we have so much percussion, and with the bass sound changes, it's just like complete texture change. And then the hits on 2 are so extreme in the chorus. It's just like the feel keeps changing. The changes aren't too drastic, but it's just enough to make this song like super solid, keep your attention, and be super catchy and not too unexpected. And then second verse, the progression changes again. That's an The songs are always so atmospheric, I feel like, because you have certain textures brought to the front in the mix, and then, like I was saying at the beginning of this reaction, there was some things that seemed like in the back of the mix, like you hear it in the back of your head, like little like just little textural wings of like a little butterfly flitting around, just little textural additions to what you hear immediately that makes the soundscape so much more interesting. So I'm definitely going to enjoy listening to this song this summer, and I'm very much looking forward to my first listen for this album. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.